All right, we'll start with the LA Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to take Atlanta in this one. The Chargers are very banged up. They're probably not going to have their two top receivers. Mike Williams definitely out. Keenan Allen did not practice much of the week. And Austin Eckler limited today as well. The Falcons, I think they've been very pesky. I think the Chargers' offensive line is going to have some trouble. That pass rush has been a little better. And they've been creative running the ball, which the Chargers have had trouble with. I'm going to take Atlanta 23-20. Go ahead, Lance.
I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons against the Chargers because the Falcons run the ball incredibly well, and that's the one thing that the Chargers do not do well defensively is defend against the run. I believe they're the last place team in terms of run defense in the NFL for Football Outsiders DVOA, so give me the Falcons in this one.
All right, Clay, what do you got? Chargers at Falcons.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Falcons as well for the reasons you mentioned. Also, they run a unique sort of running game, and do you guys happen to know, is Cordero Patterson going to play in this game? I know that
not confirmed yet. He's just off IR. He was practicing today, but not confirmed if he's playing yet.
So, I mean, if he comes back, it's just an added element for them. So I'm taking Atlanta.
I'm going to take the Chargers. I know everybody's probably looking at me. The Chargers haven't looked good. They haven't ran the ball pretty well in the last couple of weeks, but I think the defense will be able to hold up this week. I believe in Justin Herbert. I don't know about the Falcons. I do believe in Justin Herbert. I think he's going to step up in this game. He needs to win this game because if the Chargers lose this game, I really believe there's no way the Chargers are going to come back in that division and make the playoffs the way the AFC East is and some of the other AFC teams. So give me the Chargers in this game.
All right, I'll go for an ugly one here. The Colts at the Patriots. I'm actually going to take the Colts to the upset here. I think the Patriots are due for a letdown after the Jets game. And Lance, you even saw it too. Like, they were even creative. I think they're more creative without Jonathan Taylor, and they might not be without him this week. And I think their defense bounces back. I'll say 20-16 Colts on the road.
No, hard pass on that because you're talking Sam Ehlinger playing against a Bill Belichick defense. Absolutely not. It's going to be an ugly, brutal game. Let's go 16-13 Patriots just because the Belichick defense.
All right, Clay, we got a Colts at the Patriots.
Yeah, give me the Patriots in this one. I don't know that I'm 100% back in the Mac Jones category yet. I do feel like when you hear some things coming out of New England that maybe he's starting to mesh a little better with Matt Patricia and company there. And come on, guys, Sam Ehlinger, really against Bill Belichick? I'm taking the Patriots.
I hate to say it, but I'm taking the Patriots too. I think they're going to be able to run the ball. They have two really good running backs. The Colts couldn't stop the run if a nosebleed was flying in the air. Okay, so give me the Patriots in this game. I think the Patriots win 21-13.
All right, the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. This, I think, is going to be a higher scoring game than a lot of people think. Both these defenses have had a lot of issues this year, especially against the run. So I think both these duos are going to be very good in this game. I think the Packers will win it late. Aaron Rodgers will come back. The Lions will find some way to blow it, like they always do.
Yeah, give me the Packers in this one. That Detroit Lions defense, as bad as the Chargers are against the run, the Detroit Lions are bad against everything. Call an Aaron Rodgers bounce back game here. Can we see Aaron Rodgers for 3 touchdowns? Let's call it 31-17 for the Packers.
All right, Clay, what do you got? Packers at the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers. And look, it's one of those where I understand that everything's gone poorly for Green Bay this year, and yet they still have something to play for in this NFC that is just a disaster outside of Philadelphia and Minnesota. So I'm going to go with Green Bay because they think they still got a chance, and also because I think that the four of us, if you just clone us and put 11 of us on the field, we can score at least 20 points on the Lions.
Truth. This is truth.
I want to go with the Lions in this game, but I can't. I don't know what they are anymore. I thought they were going to be a good team this year. At least win 6 games. They'll be lucky to win 2, and they're going to have the number 1 pick this year. I really do believe that, and I don't know what they do. Obviously, going to draft a quarterback, and Jared Goff will be gone. But I got the Packers in this game. I expect Aaron Rodgers to play, at a high level. I don't know who he's throwing a touchdown to because I can't even name you his second and third best wide receiver. Dubs, whatever he calls himself.
Romeo Doubs.
I have no idea. I'll pull my dubs in my fingers when he scores. But Yeah, I got the Green Bay Packers in this game. I would say 31-13.
All right, Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll think the Bengals will win. I think it'll be closer than expected, though, because the Panthers' pass rush, I think, will make a create livers for that Bengals offensive line. But I do think Joe Mixon finally gets it going. Carolina's had recent issues against the run as well. So I'm going to take the Bengals semi-close. I'm going to say 24-14.
I'm going to pick the upset here. Ooh. Give me the Carolina Panthers with P.J. Walker. I've got a friend that's down in the Denver area that's the quarterback coach for P.J. Walker in the offseason, Tim Jenkins. And after the throw that he made against the Carolina Panthers, he's playing very spirited football. He's taking aggressive shots. He's got that offense clicking, something that Baker Mayfield wasn't able to do, something that Sam Darnold is very clearly not able to do. They're running the football really well with Chuba Hubbard. They got Deontay Foreman as well. That Bengals defense is a little bit suspect in the front seven right now. Give me the Carolina Panthers in the upset here.
All right, Clay, we got the Panthers at the Bengals.
I'm picking the Bengals because you're getting more film on how they're running that offense. Lou Anarumo is going to find a way to get some pressure on him and then cause some havoc for that Carolina offense. And I do think, look, it's one of those games that's getting close to being a must-win for Cincinnati when you look at the remaining schedule and you look at them fighting Baltimore if they want to win the division. So I'm going to take Cincinnati, and again, it's extremely important for them.
Do I hear a mix-and watch? I believe I do. This will be a mix-in week. I believe he'll be able to run against this Panther defense. I expect it. They're going to run this week and then throw second. There is no Jamar Chase. Higgins has had a decent season. I like what Tyler Boyd is, here and there in the slot, but I don't know what they are offensively without Jamar Chase. I expect them to run the ball. They'll run the ball, control the clock. Defensively, Hendrickson will get to the quarterback and put pressure on Walker and make him make mistakes. Give me the Bengals in this game, 21-17.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings at the Washington Commanders. Kirk Cousins returned to Washington for the first time since he left there. And I think he'll play well in this game because he's going to have to.
Who the hell named him the Commanders? That is a horrible name. Ugh.
I still vote for Sentinels from the replacements. That would be the most ideal, but
it's terrible.
Cousins will have to play well because the Commanders have done well against the run in recent weeks, especially against Aaron Jones and that Packers offense, and then last week against Taylor, even though he was a little limited with offense. I think they'll be able to spread the ball around nicely, and the Vikings defense continues to play well. McLaurin will do his, but I don't think they have enough receiving depth to be able to capitalize on that Vikings outside corner. So I'm going to take the Vikings in this game. I'm going to say 27-17.
Give me the Vikings in this one as well. Justin Jefferson is about to go off against that Washington Commanders. I almost said the bad word. Seriously, Justin Jefferson is going to go off. Look for T.J. Hawkinson here, like a sneaky fantasy upside, like a daily fantasy play. T.J. Hawkinson going against Jamin Davis in pass coverage. I think that T.J. Hawkinson filling in for Irv Smith Jr. could be a sneaky DFS play. So give me the Vikings here. Let's call it 27-20.
All right, Clay, Vikings at Commanders.
This is sneaky. I kind of like Washington here. And one of the reasons is that, look, I feel like I feel this way every week, that this is the weekend that Minnesota finally turns back into a pumpkin. Well, look. We finally had Halloween. All the jack-o'-lanterns have been thrown out. It's time for them to turn into a pumpkin finally. And I think you got to give that coaching staff a ton of credit because they don't beat themselves. And yet, there's just something about when Taylor Heineke is out there, Washington plays differently. And so I'm going to take Washington, a bit of an upset in that one, and the Pumpkins return to Minnesota.
What do you think? This is Cinderella? It's so funny. I'm looking at this game, and I would say the Commanders too. It's a home game. Everything that's going on with Dan Snyder, why not? The Commanders go into this game. The Vikings, everybody heavily favored. Jefferson is going to explode. Why couldn't the Commanders at home actually take over this game and be able to run the ball? They have one of the best running backs in the NFL, and people forget that Gibson is playing for the Commanders. I like the Commanders in this game. I think the Commanders will win a very, very close game, 24-21. Give me the Commanders.
All right. Errol's go ahead.
Sneaky note on that. The Commanders actually just promoted Chase Young off of IR. So maybe take a look at that one. So maybe Chase Young might be a difference here. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Very much could be. All right, Errol's New York Jets hosting the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know what I want to expect. What you guys are going to be picking on this.
Well, I'm going to pick the Bills, but I am going to pick the Jets to cover. They're going to cover the 13 points. I think the Jets defense actually plays well in this game. I can see Sauce and Stephon Diggs having a very good battle where Diggs doesn't get 100 yards and is the big difference maker.
He won't have a touchdown in this game, guarantee it.
Yeah, I can see that
guarantee
kind of thing too.
it.
Here's the matchup I like, though, because Robert Saleh's defense has always had trouble with pass catching running backs. They just traded for Nyheim Hines. I actually think he's going to have an impact, or Devin Singletary. One of them is going to have an impact either with the screen passes or those outside runs. I think that'll win the game more than the raw passing game itself. And Allen running, I think, will do better as well. But the Jets keep it close for a little while, but the Bills' defense will be too good. I'm going to say Buffalo. Jets cover, but 24-13, Buffalo.
Yeah, give me the Bills in this one. I live in Wyoming. I've been a Wyoming Cowboys fan for a long time. Huge fan of Josh Allen. So, give me the Bills in this one. And just because Stephon Diggs doesn't have a touchdown pass doesn't mean Gabriel Davis won't. Yeah. Give me Gabriel Davis on a 2-touchdown passing receiving
Just
game.
remember the Jets have DJ Reed, too. Hasn't given up a touchdown yet. Hasn't given up a touchdown yet.
DJ Reed's been playing really well, and I will give him that. But if you're going to cover one, you ain't covering both. And I'm sorry about that. I love me some Sauce Gardner. DJ Reed's been playing great, but Isaiah McKenzie, there's this Bills offense is way too multiple. Gabe Davis scores 2 touchdowns. The Bills rout the Jets 38-14.
Wow. All right, Clay. Bills Jets.
Man, I refuse to do it. I refuse to make a Zach Wilson joke completely inappropriate, and it's juvenile, and I'm not going to do it. So anyway, but here's the thing. We talked about all the additions that these teams made at the trade deadline. Buffalo's GM came out and was talking about the conversations about Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey. Nobody seems to want to address the fact that the Bills are getting back Tre'Davious White, and they're going to get Jordan Poyer. They're getting 2 of the best secondary players in the NFL. They're coming in. This is a team that's already the best team in the NFL, and they're about to get better. So, regardless of if those guys, I don't even know what their status is for this game, regardless of if they play in this game, just getting those guys back, the extra juice is going to be enough. The Bills are going to roll with this one.
It's so funny, and I know everybody's looking at me. I'm a Jet fan, and I know everybody thinks I'm going to be a homer on this, but there's something about that loss last week, and listening to the Jets and listening to some of the players, how upset they were and how bad they played in the second half. I do not believe this is going to be a roll. I don't. And I do believe the Jets are going to have a chance to win this game in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to put pressure on Josh Allen, make him make mistakes like the Green Bay Packers did in the second half of the game last week. I think the Jets are better than Green Bay defensively, and they stayed in the game. I believe they'll be in this game. I believe they'll have a chance to win. If anything, I think the Jets will have the lead going into the second half. I think the Jets are going to win this game. I do. Everybody thinks that it's crazy. It's not going to happen. And everybody's been making fun of Zach Wilson, pointing their fingers. He sucks. He sucks. Well, guess what? Zach Wilson throws no interceptions this week. He throws over 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they have a pick 6 to win the game, 24-17, New York Jets.
All right, last of the 1 o'clock games. Clay, your Miami Dolphins are going to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. Clay, I'll let you go first for this one.
Yeah, I'm going with the Fins, and I think it's a combination of things. I like what they're doing. I also, I've said this a few times in this segment, I think the more motivated team wins games like this, when it's a little bit even, and I think this is a team that the Dolphins, getting somebody like Bradley Chubb, Mike McDaniel said something the other day that I thought was interesting. He said it can break up the monotony. We all talk about the boost that you're getting, I just said it with Buffalo, but when you're getting a new player, it can break up the monotony of the season. So I think that extra thing that you need, the Dolphins are going to get it, so this won't be a trap game. They're going to go in Chicago and win it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins, too. I like the matchup for Raheem Mostert in this game on the outside. He's a better outside runner. I know he's a good power guy, too, but the Bears have had a lot of trouble against the run. You saw Tony Pollard run all over them last week. I think they'll be able to contain one of Hill or Wild because their young secondary has actually been pretty good, so I think it'll stay close. And Justin Fields will have his plays, but I think Miami will be able to stop the run now with Chubb and make it tough for Chicago, who likes to run a lot. So I'm going to say Miami 27-20 in this game.
Give me Miami, much larger margin of victory than 27-20 on that one. Let's go 27-14.
Wow.
Miami takes over the the Chicago Bears offense. And I think that Bradley Chubb coming in there with the disciplined rush ability that he does have, he doesn't let a lot of guys get outside of his contain when he's being a rusher, especially mobile quarterbacks. Justin Fields, while I was super huge on him, and I think he's playing a lot better over this last couple of weeks, I don't think that he's going to be able to get that to get those running lanes. The cover zero Miami defense, what they're doing defensively right now, getting after the passer, with their secondary, I think that Justin Fields is going to struggle. Tua and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, you're going to see another 350-yard passing day against that Chicago secondary that now is without Robert Quinn, now is without Roquan Smith. The Dolphins roll this game 27-14.
Just remember that the Bears added Chase Claypool, whatever that's worth.
Nothing. It's nothing.
I got the Dolphins in this game. The Dolphins are going to win this game. They're going to be able to run the ball. The Bears, over the last 2 weeks, they've played very well against the run, especially against the Patriots, which I was very surprised in New England and with their running game. But I like what they've done. But I think the Dolphins, they have more speed on the outside. I think they're going to be a little bit more with these sharp passes on the outside. They're going to be able to throw the ball down the field to Waddle or Tyreek Hill. I don't know how they're going to stop both of these guys. And remember, they have a very strong tight end over there too. So Gesicki is a pretty good tight end as well, which they've had problems against tight ends this year. So I expect the Dolphins to trample all over them 24-10.